Yo, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. Now, the reason that you are probably watching this video is more than likely because something is going wrong with your body composition goals as we speak. You might have not made as much progress as you would have liked to. You might currently be spinning your wheels and not making any further progress. Or you might have just been through like a dieting phase or a gaining phase or whatever, and it's not been as successful as you'd really like to. If you're watching this video, you are obviously trying to find the answer of what is currently going wrong in your life. And what you've got to understand first of all is that this video is not going to give you the actual answer to your problems. The problems that you are currently facing and the reasons that you are currently failing with your body composition goals are very individualistic. Everyone has tiny little different problems which are completely exclusive to them compared to everyone else. But what you do have to understand is that generally, all the excuses and all the reasons behind failure generally fall under two different categories, which I'm about to go through in this video. But what this video is actually going to give you right now is it's going to give you the truth. It's going to deliver a very cold, hard, and real truth that you honestly need to hear. What I'm probably going to say more than likely will trigger you. And I'm not going to do that to be a dickhead. I'm not doing this to be a complete twat and to basically moan at you and stuff. The reason that I'm going to more than likely trigger you is just so I can get you to realize what's currently going wrong and get you to realize what your deeper issues actually are that you probably can't see right now. You're more than likely going to need me to tell you what the actual problem is for you to actually understand what it really is. So let's get straight into it then. So then guys, one reason that you might currently be failing with your body composition goals is simply because you might be in complete denial of your current situation. And to kind of explain this, I need to go into a bit of human psychology for you to be able to understand this. And I'm going to try and do this without completely mind-fucking you, which, trust me, is a very difficult job. But what you need to understand then is your brain is wired to try and deflect away from suffering as much as possible. Now, whether that suffering comes from mental pain or physical pain, your mind has certain coping mechanisms in place to try and deflect away from suffering as much as possible because, you know, it's fairly obvious. When we suffer, a lot of things will obviously suffer because of it. And obviously that can be to do with like mood, concentration levels, fatigue, energy, all those kind of things. You are naturally wired to try and deflect away from any form of pain and suffering whenever you can. And one of the main coping mechanisms to try and cope with mental pain especially is denial. Being in complete denial of an obvious situation which is causing some form of harm to you, your lifestyle, or whatever it may be. Denial is one of the biggest things that a lot of people suffer with, and it's probably the most common thing that I see with most people. When I know that there are issues in people's lifestyles, whether it's to do with training, nutrition, mindset, whatever it may be, the common thing I come across is denial. Most people are in denial of a certain situation, and it's because of that that they are failing. Now, when it comes to denial itself, what people are doing is, you know, there's an obvious situation or there's an obvious reason that they are currently failing. And they know that in the back of their mind. But they are naturally wired to try and deny the situation because what you've got to realize is if they actually accepted that situation and felt the full force of it, they would actually have to accept that there is a current issue at mind. And that can create further suffering in terms of their mentality. And so your brain is naturally wired to try and deny any form of physical or mental pain just to stop you from having to suffer for it. And, you know, when you are living in denial so much, whatever your current issues may be, they're going off in the background and they continue to do so. But the more that you live in denial, the more that those things go off in the background and the further it's holding you back. Now, to give you a quick example, okay, let's take someone who is an emotional eater, someone who suffers with a lot of emotional stress, whether it's to do with like work, career, relationships, family, whatever, okay? If they suffer with emotional stress eating and they know that in the back of their mind, but they are currently denying that that is the issue at hand, what you'll find will happen then is they are going to continuously keep emotional stress eating, and because of that, it's going to hold them back with their body composition goals. They're never going to be able to lose those final 5 or 10 pounds or, you know, reach a certain milestone with their physique because of that emotional stress eating situation. And because they're in denial, they're denying that that situation keeps happening. But in the back of their mind, they know that that is the reason that it keeps happening, okay? But that is basically denial, guys. And that is the biggest killer I find with most people. They are denying the situation at hand. And because of that, it's actually continuously holding them back. And the longer that you let denial keep controlling you, the further away you're going to get from your goals. And I think that denial is the biggest one for most people. So hopefully that might resonate with you. Alright then guys, so the second reason then that I find that most people fail is because they blame other people in their lives, or they blame their situation in life. And I think, again, this one is so prevalent, okay? What I'm talking about here then is that when it comes to failing body composition goals, people often say that they can't get in shape, or they can't get the physique that they really desire, mainly because they've got other things going off in life which is stopping them. They've got families to look after. They have, relationships to look after. They've got a career to worry about. They've got social life pressures and stuff like that. They've got financial situations. They've got living situations. All of these things are all external pressures. And what you need to understand is that every single person on this planet faces external pressures. The most shredded guys and girls on the planet, the people that you look up to in the industry, everyone has external pressures that are literally putting force down on them every single day. But the difference between the people who are in shape and the people who aren't in shape is the decisions that they make on a daily basis. Okay? What you've got to understand is that everyone has these external pressures every single fucking day. These things are going to be there to try and deflect you away from what you want to achieve. And I'm not doubting that. I'm not saying that, external pressures can't deflect you away from your situation. But what you've got to understand is it's not your external pressures that are creating the problem here. It's your reaction to these external pressures that is stopping you from getting in the shape that you want to be in, okay? The difference between someone who actually is in shape is because they've made the correct decisions to external pressures. They've made the right decisions consistently every single day over a long period of time, which has enabled them to go down a clear pathway to getting the physique that they wish to have. The person who's not in shape, or the person who keeps failing with their fitness goals, is somehow letting the external pressures in the outside of their life affect them. It's stopping them from following that clear path to get the physique that they desire, okay? And to give you an example, right? Let's say, for example, this is one that I get quite frequently. I haven't got time to exercise because I've got a full-time job, I've got a family to look after, and I've got social life pressures which keep on top of me. I generally have no time to exercise. That's a load of fucking bullshit, okay? You have 24 hours in a day. That's plenty of time. That is plenty of time to get some form of exercise in every single day. If you truly gave a shit about trying to achieve the physique that you want to achieve, you would make time for that, okay? Look, I understand that you might have a day where you might have a 9-to-5 job, and you might have kids to look after, and you might have to go and see one of your friends for some food at 8 o'clock at night or whatever like that, or meet them in a coffee for a morning. But you are in complete control of your day. You make the decisions based on what pressures you face every single day. Every single action that you make every single day is down to you, okay? You could choose to get up half an hour earlier to do a home workout, or you could choose to get up an hour earlier so you could go to a gym and get your workout in before your day starts, okay? That is the difference between someone who's in shape and who's not in shape, okay? The person who wants to get in shape and the person who ends up getting the physique that they desire is the one who decides to get up an hour early to go to the gym and get their workout in. The person who makes excuses and ultimately never actually achieves the goal that they want to achieve is the person who keeps complaining that they've got no time to exercise. Just think on that one for a second, okay? To kind of bring this overall into an overall aspect, okay? We all face external pressures every single day. We all have shit going on in our lives which is trying to stop us from, staying on that path to getting the physique that we want to. But where the difference is how you react to each situation, okay? If you truly gave a shit about getting into the shape that you desire, you will always be able to find a way to make everything work for you to get your ideal physique, okay? You will find and you will face every single pressure head on, and you will find a way to work around it, okay? Whether that's to do with financial situation, social life pressures, work, career, relationships, family, whatever. If you truly gave a shit, and if you were truly focused on this, you would take charge of what you are trying to do, and you would find a way all around it to get in shape. Because guys, This is what you've got to understand. The people who are in shape and the people you look up to, they made all the correct decisions. They faced every single pressure that they face in life, and they made the correct decision. They reacted in the correct way to help them get into the shape that they wanted to be in, okay? And the reason that you might not be in shape, or the people who keep continuously failing with their goals, they are the ones reacting negatively to every situation. They are letting those pressures get on top of them and affect their life. And just a final one on this point, guys, okay? Because this is another one that I come across quite a lot. Many people blame like their partners or their family for the fact that they can't eat well enough for their goals. They can't track their macros, or they keep eating a load of shit food, or they keep binge eating or whatever like that. Again, that is not down to the people around you. That's not down to the people around you. That is down to your decision. You chose to let the pressure from them get on top of you, and you chose to eat or overeat with all of those foods. That's not down to those people, okay? Ultimately, it's your decision. You might have that peer pressure or whatever like that, but ultimately you made the decision in the end to actually overeat and do all that. All of this, guys, boils down to one thing. You. Your choices, your decisions, your reactions. You need to start taking charge of that if you really, really want to get in the shape of your life. And now, the way that we are going to finish this video then, guys, is my general advice to help get around that, okay? To help get around the fact that you might be in denial, or the fact that you are blaming other people or blaming your situations in life. The first thing that you need to do is take charge of your life. Stop blaming other people. Stop putting your life out there and, making out that your life is controlled by everything around you. You will always be in charge of your life. Every single choice you make on a daily basis is down to you, whether you know it or not. When you wake up, what you do in your day, how you spend your day, what you eat, who you speak to, how you speak to people, everything. Every single decision that you make every single day is down to you, based on what you're thinking in your mind the whole time. Take 100% control of your life, and you'll quickly find that you can actually very easily create the path towards the physique that you want to achieve, okay? This is the issue that most people find, is because they are not taking charge. They are letting the rest of their life control them, or they are blaming other things around them, and they're not fully taking 100% charge. But when you do take charge, you'll quickly find that you can create the path to success with complete ease, because you accept every single situation, you accept the faults, you take the blame for things, whatever it may be, but you ultimately have all the control. You need to understand this. You have complete control of your life, whether you know it or not. So if you take complete control of your life, you'll very, very easily be able to create the path to success. And the second piece of advice I have on this matter, guys, is you need to stop living in fairyland. Seriously, you need to stop living in fairyland, living in denial and things like that, okay? Because the more that you deny your situations, or the more that you deny that you have a problem, the longer it's going to be before you actually start making a change that is going to be relevant enough to actually get you where you want to be in terms of your physique. Get out of fairyland, accept that you are currently doing something wrong, accept that you might need help, and whether you then contact a coach or whether you just speak to someone for more advice on whatever your situations may be, you need to let go of your fucking ego, get out of fairyland, address your situations and get them sorted out, okay? The longer that you keep denying this shit, the longer it's going to be before you get into the shape that you really want to be in, okay? So the choice is yours. Do you want to keep denying that you currently have a problem? Do you want to keep blaming other people? Do you want to keep blaming your situations? Or do you actually want to take control of your life, figure out what the actual issues are, take 100% control of your days, and create the path towards success? The choice is yours, guys. It's up to you. Right, anyway, that brings an end to today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all the usual stuff, okay? I'll see you guys in the next video. See you soon.